Hello YouTube, Uncle Lucky here, and today we're going to be doing a review of a couple of different comic books. First off, we're going to be doing the Doctor Strange that just came out because I'm really excited about Doctor Strange. It's been a long time. If you really go back to the character's story arc back in the 60s when Doctor Strange came out, he's had a long history in the Marvel Universe, but it's been a very long time since he's had his own comic book. As a matter of fact, you have the original comic books from back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. He had a couple of different longer running story arcs, and then in the 90s he got a really good run. And I highly recommend, if you can get your hands on a couple of the older ones, just to get, if you don't know who Doctor Strange is or if you haven't read a comic book in a long time, buy them. Just go back and give some of the older issues a look to kind of see where he's at, because the new Doctor Strange, which is absolutely hands down phenomenal, just it is really good. It's an excellent comic book. I mean, I can't even rave enough about it because just for one issue, it's such an excellent start. It goes back to basics, whereas back in the 90s, when he had his own series, he was doing a lot of different things. I mean, there was the Infinity Gauntlet Wars and the crossovers from all that, but he was in outer space a lot, doing kind of hanging out with Galactus, and it was kind of weird because he wasn't, he always calls himself the protector of Earth, the magic protector of Earth, but a lot of the issues he wasn't on Earth. He didn't have anything to do with it, so it's good to see them going back to basics. I mean, I'm not going to do too much spoiler on this particular comic book, the number one, but they've gone back to real basics. He is earthbound. He does the planes of dimensions and all that, and battles the bad guys, but he's here and he's solidly got his feet on the ground, so to speak. So they came out with a lot of variant covers for this one. I picked up 2 or 3 different ones just because I'm really into it. The White Album, as I like to call this one. I think it came out with 6 different variants. It was ridiculous. But as you can see, just the art. I mean, just beautiful. Just the way it's been done is just amazing. It's great art, really cool story to start off with. Go pick this up. That's a recommendation from me. Go pick it up. It's good. It really is. It took me by surprise. Now, the next one we're going to talk about today is Justice League. This is number 44. It's continuing the Darkseid War. Now, if you haven't been following Justice League, they've had a really big build-up to an epic battle in the last 4 issues. That Darkseid's coming back to Earth, but he's also not alone. There's going to be, basically, Earth is going to be a battleground for Darkseid to battle probably somebody who's just as strong as him, the Anti-Monitor. So it's a good sort of story. The art is just absolutely phenomenal. I can't rave enough about this series either. The thing is, number 44 has such something happens at the end that's, if you follow JLA or any of that, and you know anything about Darkseid, something happens at the end of issue 44 that is just a jaw dropper. That's the big one. So go pick those up. That's the big one this week, for me anyway, is Doctor Strange and Justice League 44. Doctor Strange is its number 1. I'm pretty sure if you go to the comic book store you can pick up, I don't know how many different variant covers for it. And Justice League's just really good. Tight writing, awesome story. If you haven't been reading Justice League, off and on though, Darkseid War is probably going to be kind of a little bit confusing to pick up into that if you haven't read it in a while. But if you want to jump in, don't make sure you get part 1 through part 4, and yeah, that's it. Good comics came out this week. So I'll see you guys on the next Cuisinart and reviews next week. Oh, and next week, get ready, because speaking of Doctor Strange, our Monday Cuisinart is going to be on Doctor Strange, and anybody who wins the Cuisinart for Thursday's quiz will win a prize. Might even have something to do with Doctor Strange. So I'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good one.